What is up, team? And today we are going to go over a new article covered by, well, translated by Gamer Escape, originally done by GameWatch, an interview with Yoshida, where he reveals some new hints and details about 4.0. Now, this interview has quite a few questions, but there are two questions that really hint at how the gameplay is going to be done in 4.0, which I want to cover. So I'm not going to cover all the other questions, I'm just going to cover two of them. So to get right into this, the first question that GameWatch asked Yoshida was, 2 new jobs, Samurai and Red Mage, will be implemented. All of the DPS jobs up until now had some kind of support skill in their arsenal. Is this not the same case for Samurai? And Yoshida's answer to that was, with the battle system revamp, we have been removing the additional skills and introduced a new system called Role Shared Actions, not limiting the question to only Samurai, other DPS. Support actions will also be looked into. Many actions that are useful and shared at the moment will be put into the Role Shared Action category. Therefore, it's better to talk about the Role Shared Actions rather than only Samurai. So within this answer, he kind of gives away a hint that they're going to unify some of these skills. So what that tells me is the first thing that comes to mind really is slashing resistance, piercing resistance. These sound like skills that they're going to probably add into a shared category. That way it increases the flexibility in between classes when doing raids. This is something I was talking about in my earlier video about giving resistances from certain classes to other classes. And it sounds like they're going to be doing this in the role shared actions. Now, there are other possibilities as well that they could, for example, they could add Trick Attack as a role shared action. You never know. The more DPS classes we get, the more they have to work to balance it so we don't shun the other classes, So there's a big hint there that they're going to be, kind of taking some of the core skills from other classes and sharing them in order to increase the overall balance. Well, that's at least the thought I have reading that. And the second question, which is towards the bottom, GameWatch asks, will Omega be split into normal and savage? Please tell me more about the basic aspects and differences from the current raids. And Yoshida answered to that, after thorough discussing, we have decided to leave normal savage formula, so they're keeping it the same. However, with the release of new jobs, there's a higher chance that items that drop directly won't be for the jobs of the party members, so we plan on making some changes for the drop system. We also plan on implementing something for players who have finished the 4th tier of raid in the odd-numbered patches. What we will implement exactly, we will tell you at a later date. So the soft confirmations in this sort of answer are that we are going to get a second difficulty, which in turn confirms that the Omega raid is probably going to be a similar difficulty to what we have now. Example, world progression, clearing it within a few days. So that kind of softly confirms that, and then the drop feature, they're probably going to add some sort of turn-in or swap mechanic where you can change an item for another item for a limited time, something like that. It would be pretty good. It would reduce wasted loot, but you need to also retain the flexibility for getting loot. So that would be interesting to see what they do there. But yeah, basically that is confirming that we're going to get a second difficulty. It's probably going to give us glamour and titles, or if they give us items, they have to bear in mind that not everyone's going to be able to get BIS, and is that something they want to do as a design choice? So that will be interesting as well. So we'll have to see what they do from there, but those are the two questions I wanted to cover in this article. I'll link in the comments to the article where you can read the rest of the questions, which is just general information relating to 4.0. But yeah, let me know what you thought on Twitter and in the comments. Is this good news for you? Is it bad news? What is your take on these answers, and what do you think it's going to bring in 4.0? But until then, I am out. Take care and have a good one.